Hi, everyone. Welcome again to Ivy League Analytical English. I'm Bruce.
I'm Angela.
And I'm Wesley.
Today we have a bit of a sad article for you, which is why it is entitled The Dark Side of K-Pop.
中文标题是韩国流行音乐的黑暗面。
The dark side of something, or what was it, the Dark Lord in Harry Potter series?
Oh, yeah, but I mean, Star Wars is a better example. They're always like, come to the dark side. It's the evil people. Yeah. But you know, dark side isn't always about evil. Dark side is usually just about the not happy side or the not good side of things.
The tragic side.
The tragic side.
And let's find out what that's about. Everybody out there knows K-pop by now, I'm sure. But let's find out more about it, maybe some things you didn't know. Dominating the music charts in South Korea are boy bands and girl bands featuring groups of K-pop singers with synchronized dance moves, manicured physical appearances, and mainstream commercial appeal. But there is also a dark side to the business. In 2017, the suicide of 27-year-old Kim Jong-hyun, one of K-pop's brightest stars from the group SHINee, shed a light on the challenges that artists have to face as the price for success. As reports about his death spread, an underlying problem was revealed. Kim's suicide letter was made public, and he joins the ranks of several other K-pop stars who have been lost to suicide. This begs the question, why would someone whose life was the envy of millions decide to end it all? The competitive music industry forces artists to deal with pressure from their management, record labels, and adoring fans. Add to that the idol training system in South Korea, where those who have what it takes for stardom are groomed in controlled group settings that prepare them for a life of hard work and sacrifice. Plastic surgery is commonplace among both men and women in the industry, and audiences expect them to perform perfectly. Meanwhile, even the biggest stars are often under contracts that force them to follow certain rules. These include a strict diet and exercise routine, as well as tight control over their public and social lives. This kind of stress can lead to depression and other forms of mental illness. Hopefully, the death of one of the most beloved figures in K-pop will come as a wake-up call to the music world.
Okay, so dominating the music charts in South Korea, if you dominate something, it means that you are basically in control of it, or you occupy the majority of it. So if you're dominating the music charts, it means that you're always in the top slots or the majority of the slots. So in this case, it's in South Korea. In South Korean music charts, the most popular people on there are boy bands and girl bands, and they feature groups of K-pop singers with synchronized dance moves. So a synchronized dance move is where a group of people their dancing is coordinated. So they're either doing the same move at the same time or they're doing complementary moves at the same time. They also have manicured physical appearances. They're not just put together. They're not just wearing nice outfits. Every detail of their appearance has been... To manicure something is to tidy it up to the most detailed extreme. Because a manicure is actually when you tidy up somebody's nails, and it could be as simple as that your fingernails are made the same length and made to look nice, but it could also mean something as extreme as like putting like fake nails and extensions. But anyways, a manicure is a very detailed thing to do. It's just something for the tips of your fingers. So when we use this word manicured, we mean really detailed and also perfected. So they have these dance moves, they have these particular kind of appearance, and they have mainstream commercial appeal. Because what's interesting about these giant groups is there's always something for everybody in there. there's always like the sexy one, the cute one, the shy one, the bold one, the naughty one, the funny one. It's like the seven dwarfs. There's something for everybody.
Yeah, 好，所以呢，这个我们来看看这句子哈，它这个句子还算蛮长，不过我们看一开始他讲 dominating 啊，这个是个分词构句的分词，它的意思是宰制啊，或者是主宰 the music charts 啊，这个音乐排行榜，所以这个主宰这个音乐排行榜，换句话说，他们排名都是很高的啊。那在南韩主宰音乐排行榜啊的人呢 ，are boy bands 啊，就是这个男孩团体啊，或者 girl bands 就是女孩的团体啊。那他们 featuring 就他们以什么为特色呢 ？groups of 啊，那这些男团女团呢，他们有就是一群一群的 K-pop， 就是这个韩国流行音乐的这种 singers 这些歌手啊。那 with 附带的。同时有怎么样呢 ？synchronized 本来是同步的意思，那在这里呢，就指他们的舞蹈呢，大概都这个动作都一致，或者是经过精心的这个协调啊，就这个也许跳的舞步不一样，可是合在一起啊，非常的好看啊。这样的 dance moves 就是舞蹈动作，所以他们有同步的，有非常协调的舞蹈动作。然后呢 ，manicure 这个字本来是指修指甲的意思啊 ，to trim and polish the fingernails。啊，但在这里呢 ，manicure 就是啊很精心的修整的啊，就是非常细节、非常 detailed、非常这个精心的修整的 physical appearances 啊，这个外表啊，所以他们这个男团呢啊每个都要帅啊，那女团呢每个都要漂亮啊，那还有什么样？他们除了这些外表之外，还有什么呢？他们还有 mainstream， 就是主流的 commercial appeal 啊 ，appeal 就是 attraction， 所以。就像刚刚这个 Angel 老师讲的啊 ，Bruce 老师也有提到，就他们每一个人呢啊，这个每一个团里面啊，各种各样的每一个人都可以有一些商业的这个价值啊，例如说有的主打帅，有的主打可爱啊，有的主打这个幽默，有的主打这个肌肉很发达等等的啊，有的主打很会唱，所以每一个都有这种 commercial appeal.
Okay, our next sentence. How come I get all the difficult and long ones?
Because you're the expert.
Okay, here goes. But there is also a dark side to the business.
Oh, this sentence is so difficult.
I can see how, you just toughed through it.
Yeah, okay. Well, we already talked about a dark side at the beginning of the program. So, to the business, it's the music business.
Yeah, here's the difficult part. Why do we use to, a dark side to the business? Why don't we say a dark side of the business?
So I love preposition questions because there's a qualitative reason for the choice of prepositions.
Sure.
And when you talk about something, the of something, of is intrinsic to, it's a quality that's innate to something generally. But to is generally an action going towards something or it's facing something. Those are the sort of the meaning or the usage habits behind these two words. So if you say there's a dark side of the business, you're saying that it's necessarily part of it. But if you say there's a dark side to the business, you're saying there's one aspect of the business. It's a tiny difference, but it's a difference in feeling, really, which is language.
Feelings, OK.
Oh, do sing.
啊，那这个地方呢，这个其实我问这个问题其实相当难啊，但这 Angel 老师他立刻解释的非常好。那这个 to 跟 of 的差别哈，这里如果说是 a dark side of the business， 那感觉起来是这个 dark side 它本质上面啊，属于这个 business 它本质上面有这样的一个 dark side。但是 to 的话呢，比较强调的是它有一个面向啊，因为 to 它是通常就是朝向某一个地方去啊，所以通常会牵涉到一个 aspect 一个面向。所以用 to 的话呢，在这里是比较好的，因为感觉起来是这样的一种这个不管是什么 business， 它的 business 有这么的一面啊，有这样一个面向，而不是强调这是这个 business 本质上就有 dark side.
A method to her madness.
Always.
To. not of.
Oh, I thought that was a personal comment, but yes.
好，所以这个介系词。
Well played, sir. In 2017, the suicide of 27-year-old Kim Jong-hyun, one of K-pop's brightest stars, he was super well loved, and he was in the group SHINee. This suicide shed a light on or shined some light into the challenges that artists have to face as a price for success. I mean, my personal understanding of that situation is that he was not allowed to be who he really was.
所以这个我们先看这个句子他说2017年的时候呢27岁的这个金钟铉他自杀。那这个人是谁呢？同伟告诉你，他是这个 K-pop 的最明亮最闪耀的这个明星brightest stars 那他是来自于这个团体这个 Shiny 吧这个团体。那他的自杀呢 shed a light on to shed a light on something 就是 to help to explain 或者是 to make it possible to understand 就让你了解，让我们看到了 the challenges 这些挑战是什么挑战呢？ That artists 艺术家这演艺人员必须要怎么样 have to face 他们必须面对的挑战然后这个挑战怎么样呢？是 as the price for success 这些他们要面对这些挑战，然后这都是怎么样？这些都是成功的代价 the price for success 那这个 Angel 老师说根据他了解呢，这个金钟铉主要的这个自杀原因是因为他没有办法当他自己所以这个最后他非常的不快乐决定这个自杀。那当然我们再度的强调你不快乐你没有办法当自己呢，不一定表示你要去自杀，不是不一定，不表示你要去自杀有很多方法而且人生很长你也许这段时间没办法当自己，但是你熬过这段时间，你在这段时间好好的准备，过了这段时间之后，你会有一个机会可以当你自己的所以不用担心。
If things feel bad, it feels like the worst has ever happened to you, things can still get better.
Yeah, 这个一切都会好转的这个 even this will pass.
This too will pass.
This too will pass. 这是英文里面常讲的一句话就是就算是这个也会过去的，就再苦这些都会过去的。
Where there's life, there's hope. That's the other one.
Yeah, 那你只要这个留得青山在，不怕没柴烧，再怎么苦撑过去的总有一天你可以当自己，而且你应该为这一天努力这都是比较正确的一些想法。
Okay, next paragraph. As reports about his death spread, that is Mr. Kim's death spread, it became a media event, an underlying problem was revealed. Of course, it's a problem when anyone feels they have to commit suicide. But an underlying problem, what made him do this? When someone ends their own life, that's a tragedy by itself. But in order to understand that fully, we have to know why this happened, and that can be an underlying problem.
好，所以 as reports about 关于他的 his death 关于他死亡的这个报道呢 spread 就是 pass from person to person 这样等于说这个散布开来了这个大家都看到他的 report。这个时候呢 an underlying problem underlying 在这里可以说是表面下的这一个表面下的这个台面下的问题 was revealed 就被透露出来，被显露出来了。
Kim's suicide letter was made public. If something is made public, it means it's published where anybody could read it, as opposed to kept private meant it's only shown to a few people. So, and he joins the ranks of several other K-pop stars who have been lost to suicide. If you join the ranks of something, you become part of that group. And so he became part of a very horrible, terrible group, which is people who have killed themselves who are also K-pop stars.
好，所以呢，他的 suicide letter 他自杀的时候写了一封信，这封信呢 was made public 被公开了然后呢 and he joins the ranks of 这个 ranks 大家要注意，这个字呢在这种用法的时候一定都是复数的复数要加 s， 然后呢 ranks 基本上就表示 the people or thing that belong to a particular group 它是一个特定的一个团体，所以 join the ranks of 就是加入了这些人哪些人呢？有 several other 有其他几位这个K-pop stars 这个韩国流行音乐的这个明星，他们怎么样 who have been lost 他们都失去了lost to suicide 就是因为自杀而损失了那在这里我们再强调一下，这个韩国人的自杀率本来就是比较高的所以这不值得模仿的。当然他们有他们面对的问题但是我们要再强调自杀绝对不是解决事情的方法所以这些明星自杀表示他们做了一些错误的选择，这个各位千万不要觉得这是一个值得模仿的行为绝对不是。
This begs the question. It seems that everybody knew about his death and it's terrible when someone commits suicide, but you could also ignore the underlying problem or ignore this question. Why would someone whose life was the envy of millions decide to end it all? It seems that Mr. Kim had everything going for him. Adoring fans.
Super talented, super
lots
handsome.
Of money. Yeah. Most guys would love to trade shoes with him. And yet he ended it all. That means to commit suicide. Well, how? That's the real question here.
Yeah, this begs the question. 所以 beg the question 就是 to cause somebody to ask a question. 通常是 as a reaction 或者是 response. 那中文大概得让人不禁想问。所以这个就让人不禁想要问什么呢？ Why? 为什么 would someone whose life was the envy of millions? 那 the envy of 这个 envy 就是怎么样？就是这个会让人羡慕的所以 millions of people 为什么一个数百万人都很羡慕的这样的一个人这样人生你会觉得他们是人生胜利组，这么的红赚这么多的钱那有这么多的这个人喜欢他，为什么这样的一个人要 decide 决定要 end it all end it all 就是一切就这样结束掉你会觉得很奇怪这个当然我也是觉得非常奇怪因为对我们来讲当然我们是局外人，但是 there seems to be a million ways to get out of that 你已经赚了那么多钱了，你大不了就是不要再你就急流勇退嘛，大不了或者是一定有一些其他的办法，不需要把自己生命就这样结束掉了。
I think it's one of those things that the story from the outside is often very different from the story from the inside.
Of course, yeah.
But I agree with you. Like, there are always a way to find a resolution.
Yeah.
There's always some resolution that you can find.
对一定可以找得到解决办法，就算没有解决办法，让时间解决一切。Just tell people I'm sick. I need 2 years.
Right,
off.
exactly. I think there's the kind of person who's perfectionist, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
Who, like, they won't compromise. They're like, well, if I do that, then there's this loss. If I do this other thing, then there's this loss. And they can't accept any loss, so then they just throw everything away, which is a very sort of defeatist.
Yeah, 所以太完美主义可能也不是好事，你自己压力会变得很大。所以这也是人生有很多都要学的，其中之一就是不要事事求完美，因为人生不可能事事完美。
Do you know what I find to be a very comforting thought a lot of the times?
Yeah.
Is just to say, you don't have to be that good.
Oh, that's a good one.
Do you know what I mean?
对，这
You just don't have to be that good.
Yeah, 各位可以参考一下，就是我不必那么的棒你可能会想要做很多很多事情，但是你真的尽能力做不到的时候，或者是各种这个客观因素让你做不到的时候，你可以告诉自己，我不需要那么的棒I can try to be as good as I can, 但是 I don't have to be that good.
70% is enough.
Yeah, 70% 差不多够了。
Gee, I've never said that to myself.
Yeah, so 70% of your wealth is enough. So
the other
what do you want to do with the 30%?
You can donate to me at least. Yeah.
My turn.
Okay.
No, my turn actually. We're on the third paragraph here, and we're trying to answer that question of somebody who's been envied by millions. Why would they want to do this? Well, here's some possible reasons. The competitive music industry. If industry is competitive, it means that everybody in there are competing with each other, which means it's very unfriendly. You can't make friends when everyone is all like, are you going to be better than me? No, I have to be better than you. Competitive atmospheres in general are pretty self-destructive. And so it forces artists to deal with pressure from their management, the people who are telling them how to live their lives and how to do their art. The record labels who want to make money on what they're doing, and of course, adoring fans. You wouldn't think of it, but actually, when you're a fan, you don't think of it, but it's actually a huge pressure because of the expectations that people will have of the star.
Yeah, 好 adoring 就是爱慕的意思所以 adoring fans 就是非常爱慕他们的粉丝好，所以我们看到这个地方他说的 competitive 就是很有竞争性很强的，非常竞争的这个音乐行业 music industry 就音乐界那 forces 会强迫这些这个演艺人员呢 to deal with pressure 让他们逼迫他们面对要处理一些压力，来自哪里的压力呢 pressure from 他们的 management 他们的经纪公司pressure from record labels 这个 label 在这里是指这个音乐公司 a company that produces music recordings 所以record labels 就是唱片公司还有他们的这个影迷粉丝。
Add to that, here's more, the idol training system in South Korea. it's almost like a factory manufacturing these perfect K-pop groups, and there's tremendous pressure with that. And the system where those who have what it takes for stardom, there are managers who say, oh, I want this one. Oh, she looks good. She'll fit in with this group. He has the right look for this particular bunch of boys in a boy band and so on. They'll be stars, but we have to groom them. We have to, again, almost like manufacture them in controlled group settings. You will always be with your group and probably rarely have much time to go and even see your own family. And there's a lot of hard work in order to synchronize your dancing, to improve your voice singing, and sacrifice. As I said, you give up being able to walk down the street lest crowds of people surround you.
Yeah, 好，所以呢 add to that 就是还要再加上 that 就刚刚讲的那些东西，你还要加上怎么样？这个 idol training system 这个偶像训练的这个体制啊，在南韩的这个偶像训练体制 ，where 在这个 system 里面呢 ，those who have what it takes for stardom 就是成为明星啊的特质，所以 have what it takes to have what it takes for stardom 就是有成为明星的条件的人呢，他们 are groomed 在这里就是精心的栽培啊 ，in controlled group settings 啊，是在这个团体的环境之下，而且是 controlled 就是各种条件都在控制之下的这种团体的这个生活、团体的训练，那这些都是可以 prepare them 啊 for a life of hard work 啊，让他们准备有一个非常艰苦工作的这个生活，还有 sacrifice 还要牺牲很多。
And then there's plastic surgery. It's commonplace among both men and women in the industry. And I think we talk about plastic surgery a lot without really pointing out how physically painful it is. You're in pain physically. And then the sort of alienation you feel when your own features have changed, that really messes with your head. So plastic surgery is like a much more difficult thing than we admit commonly. Also, audiences expect the K-pop stars to perform perfectly. The slightest deviation or mistake is noticed and talked about by everybody.
好，所以 plastic surgery 就是整形啊。那其实整形会有心理影响啊，也通常生理上也会有带来很多的痛苦。那 is commonplace 就是很常见啊 ，something commonly found。那是怎么样 ？Among both men and women， 男生女生都一样，都常常要整形啊。In the industry， 在这一行里面，那 audiences 各地的各种团体的这个观众呢，希望或者期望他们要表达他们的表现要是 perfectly， 要完美的表现。
Meanwhile, even the biggest stars are often under contracts that force them to follow certain rules. If you're going to be a star, sign here, but these rules include a strict diet, we'll tell you what, where, and when to eat, and exercise routine. Up at 5 o'clock and do your 20-kilometer run, and strict exercise routine, as well as tight control over their public and social lives. No, you may not go home this month. You went home last year. Why do you want to go there again?
Meanwhile, 同时呢，即使是最红的明星 even the biggest stars are often 常常是 under contracts， 他们都有受到合约的拘束 under contract， 或者他们有签合约的意思，而这些合约会 force them 强迫他们要 follow 遵守 certain rules 某些规则啊，包括什么规则呢？ A strict 就是很严格的 diet 饮食控制，还有呢很严格的 exercise routine 啊，你要这个非常严格的运动啊，保持身材 ，as well as 同时还有什么 tight control 很严密的控制，在他们什么上面控制呢？控制他们的 public 公共的，还有 social 社交的生活。
This kind of stress can lead to depression and other forms of mental illness. It really can mess with your head.
Yeah， 这种压力可以导致忧郁 depression， 还有其他形式的 mental illness， 其他形式的这个心理的一些疾病。
Hopefully, the death of one of the most beloved figures in K-pop, that is Mr. Kim, will come as a wake-up call to the music world. Hey, guys, you're trying to make money for your records, but you are destroying or forcing kids to make very difficult life choices, and some of them can't deal with it.
好，那 hopefully 好，希望呢这个最受大家喜爱的 beloved 的一个明星的死亡呢，可以来 come as a wake up call， 就是让敲醒大家的一个这个something that makes you fully understand a problem。那 to the music world， 大家可以能够让大家注意到这个音乐界的一些很严重的问题的意思。
We have some questions here for you. Number 1 is, which is not mentioned as a common attribute of K-pop groups?
底下哪一个韩国流行音乐团体它常见的特质是没有在文章中提到的？
The answer is D, good singing voices.
这个答案是 D 就是一副好歌喉所以这个文章里面倒没有提到说你要会唱歌，因为这个
That's because obviously you need them.
Well, that's because it can be easily fixed.
Both things are true.
Yeah.
Number 2, what problem was highlighted by the death of Kim Jong-hyun?
好，那金钟铉的死亡凸显了什么问题呢？
Our answer is A, mental health issues in K-pop.
好，它凸显了我们找答案是 A， 韩国流行音乐界的心理健康问题。
And number 3, according to the article, where does the pressure on pop singers come from?
好，根据本文，流行歌手的压力来自于哪里呢？
Is it A, fans, B, managers, C, themselves, or D, all of the above? And the answer is D.
好，答案是什么呢？答案是 D， 以上皆是，因为粉丝、经纪人他们自己本身都是压力的来源。
Well, that's it for today's lesson. We 3 will be back for the last lesson of this month. Enjoy all the programming here at Ivy League Analytical English. Till the next time.
Bye-bye.